One of the most common topics of discussions in IT forums and chat boards and even Reddit is around tenure in a certain role. How long should I remain in this role? Or how long should I remain in a job to be seen as trustworthy, but at the same time be in a position to be learning and contributing? I was actually thinking about this in the context of an article I wrote more than 20 years ago for IEEE Journal. And I thought it's time to dust it off and just reflect on that article. This article, titled From Organization Man to Free Agent, was first published in IEEE Journal way back in 2004, more than 20 years ago, in January of 2004. Now, the interesting thing is when I look back on this article, it has really stood the test of time because I was reflecting on how we were moving from an organization man to free agent in the world of IT. And the key points here were the concept of death of an organization man. The corporations across the globe have transformed themselves from benevolent entities to profit centers driven by interests of their shareholders. Now, faced with this new reality, IT professionals have made a fundamental shift in how they view their careers. Today, anybody who holds a job isn't looking for a side gig. What we are really doing is crafting a business plan, writing a screenplay, or setting up Amazon or YouTube, videos, and doing creative stuff in our personal time. Moonlighting is a way to diversify our human capital investments against hedging against the risk that the company will collapse or your job will disappear. In a sense, we are all moonlighters because we are all risk managers. Now, the concept of organization man versus free agent is very clear. Organization man, 20, 30 years ago, people used to spend their entire careers in one single organization. And to be fair, there are still a handful of people in almost every large company or a Fortune 500 whom you can point to and say this person has been there for years. But that is not the norm. That is generally an outlier. Organization men used to work with HR department to plan a career path. Free agents, we all are free agents. We manage our own career path. Career progression in the organization man concept was assumed to be well defined. Top performers were promoted year after year after year. Whereas in free agent model, a career is typically a mix of entrepreneurship and projects, but no clear path to the top. We all take different paths. Now think of a career as a hierarchical path versus we'll go wherever opportunity and money is. That is where most of us are, though even those of us in large organizations. Now, in the 60s and 70s, people used to vie for careers at large companies like IBM. And even today, people aspire to join companies like Google or, say, Facebook or Amazon or Apple. But it's not a career. It is to get a stamp on the resume and then become free agents who are valued in the industry. So that is kind of where we are headed, where we have been headed for the past 20 years. Now, the fact is, even the tenure of an average CIO or a VP of IT or a senior IT executive is generally 2 to 3 years. It continues okay till the next transformation. And every large organization goes through cycles and transformations every few years. IT professionals like you and me now realize that we need to take active charge of our career direction, where we are headed, and how we are going to get there. Whether we view a career as a series of assignments or a mix of traditional jobs and moonlighting, IT professionals must take active control of their careers. Today's companies value people based on what they bring to the project. Because if you are looking for a new gig, you could very well be looking for a new gig within your organization if you work for a large enterprise, or a moonlighting gig, or a gig outside. It is generally what you are interested in is what you drives your career.